Tell us who you are and who you're with.
My name is Leesa Barnes. Do I look at you or the camera?
You can look at me.
Okay, I'll look at you. My name is Leesa Barnes. I'm author of the forthcoming book called Podcasting for Profit.
Ah.
And what I do is I help businesses make money podcasting.
Now, do you have a podcast as well?
I do.
All right, where would we find that?
You can go, well, let's see. I have 3.
Okay.
You can go to podonomics.com.
Podonomics?
Podonomics.com. Or cubicledivas.com.
Cubicle Divas.
Yeah. Or papazeke.com.
I would...
And P-A-P-A-Z-E-E-K. It's Z, not Z.
And where would the Z be coming from? Canada,
yeah, I'm
England?
Canadian.
Okay.
I know. Blame Canada.
So, what are you doing here? Are you talking about your book, or what are you doing here?
Well, I led a session this morning on podcasting for profit.
All right.
And of course, I'm looking for material for my book.
All right.
But also, I want to educate the masses on, how you podcast for profit. Because right now there's 2 camps. There's podcasters who say, don't touch podcasting with any dirty money. And then the other camp says, well, I can't do this unless there is money. So I think I found a way to kind of meld those 2 interests so to stop the hissy fit from going on. So
yeah, and I mean, I guess a lot of people are afraid to sort of be burdened by having to report to somebody.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I just tell them to get over it. But what I do is I encourage them to look at podcast, like the different ways you can monetize your podcast. I have 3 different methods. So you have the direct method, which is advertising, tip jars, donations, which is what everyone knows and understands. Then you have the indirect methods, which is now you know how to podcast, sell those services to someone else and teach them how to podcast or consult them and build their own podcast. So that's the indirect method. And then the integrated method is where you use your podcast as a lead generating tool and you lead people to your website or shopping cart or email lists. And you get them to buy and sell from you at that point.
So the podcast is just a way of getting them into your site.
That's right.
Interesting.
And so when you understand the 3 methods, then now suddenly becomes, oh, wait a minute, I am getting paid here for podcasting.
Right.
Even though it is maybe an indirect or direct one.
Yeah. Now, a lot of the people here are kind of, host with our site, we'll give you a part of the profits. You think that works?
Huh? Host with our site and we'll give you part of the profits? Yeah?
Well, a lot of people are doing that, right? Like, I think Flip TV does that. I think TalkShoe does that.
Yeah, and I know why they're doing that. It's because the volume helps to encourage sponsors and advertising. But, I've had my podcast now for, how long? 2005? Mm-hmm. That's when I launched my very first one. And I've never joined a podcast network. Okay. Actually, I just recently did.
Never say never.
Never say never. But the reason why I didn't for so long is because I was making money in other areas. I didn't really see the value in chasing down advertising dollars. So I think maybe for beginner podcasters, sure, joining a network. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, there's so many other ways to make money besides advertising. So no need to lock yourself into any one contract with any one network.
Right. Well, we have some live listeners, so I'm going to ask them for a second if they have any questions.
Absolutely.
Does anyone have any questions?
Live.
Yeah, thanks, Darvin. I have one. In terms of the services and immigration fees, how feasible is it to do that online?
This is cool.
Yes.
I can't believe this is live.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Okay.
We call ourselves webcasters instead of podcasters.
Well, of course, that makes sense. All right, so in regards to that question, a lot of things that people are doing are implementing affiliate programs. So what they'll do is interview a guest in their podcast, and if that person has a book or another product, then you would sign up as an affiliate of their product. Or if it's Amazon, you sign up as an associate and then provide that affiliate link on your show notes and tell people to click on that, go to that website, and then once they make that sale, then you get a commission back.
Well, I think Doug was asking if you were to, say, become a consulting business, is that feasible to do online? Is that kind of what you're asking, Doug? Like without having to meet someone and train them how to use a microphone?
Is that what
exactly, Arvin, or use video or whatever you might do to show them how to use the equipment they had to get them up to speed.
Okay, Okay, so in regards to that question, I do that all the time. I have a 90-day podcasting course, and what I do is for an hour each week, for 12 weeks, I teach a group of people how to podcast. And so they pay me some money, it's about maybe $600 for the 12 weeks. And then every week they call into a phone number, and I will teach them how to podcast. Now, for the weeks where we talk about editing and mixing and that sort of thing, then what I'll do is I'll change that to a webcast. So I'll use GoToMeeting or GoToWebcast. GoToMeeting.com, and then show them visually how to do these things. So yeah, definitely there's ways to teach and consult online. You see, my goal is to go in the bush somewhere with my 4 Wattweilers and then be able to teach people podcasting from the bush. And my house has to be near a lake. So
That kind of sounds like you, Jeff.
Yeah. I have a question also. What is the Student Loan Network?
the Student Loan Network is managed by my buddy, Chris Penn, who's not here. And because I don't know too much about it, I will say go to the website and learn more on your own.
I think they do podcasts on financial aid and student loans.
Financial aid podcast. And he's a great example of someone who used the integrated model, because what they do is they talk about different loans and grants, and then they recommend some, and then they get a referral commission back for referring the students to those loans.
And I guess a lot of that is also, kind of volume dependent stuff. That's really volume dependent.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
This is so cool. I can't believe this.
Well, we'll give you our low card so you can check out the interviews and check out the World Bridges Network. Any other questions from the audience?
Yeah, one more, Arvind. What, in terms of the courses that you teach, what's the profile of a successful student?
Yeah, I've got several. So one is a relationship coach based out of the UK. 12 months ago, she knew nothing about podcasting. She heard me on a free teleclass that I conducted with someone else, knew she had to sign up, and she just did. 12 months later, she was, is it 12 months? Yeah, it's about 12 months later. She spoke on podcasting on a subject she didn't know 12 months ago. She spoke on that very topic at a corporate podcasting summit that was held in London. She was also listed in on the front under. She was a staff pick in iTunes for a podcast, which tripled her audience in just 24 hours. So she's one. Another person I worked with is a VP of a interactive agency in Toronto, and after he consulted with me, his podcast, after 3 weeks, was listed under What's Hot in the business and management section in iTunes.
So a lot of us are actually educators. We do a lot of, our whole network is about teachers and students. What's the secret? Give us some tips for teaching online. We run a group called the Webcast Academy, which is just for teachers to come and learn how to webcast.
Yeah.
It's where I learned how to webcast. A lot of our broadcasters learn how to webcast there. What are you doing online?
Yeah, that's an interesting question I get all the time. I think one of the things that I've done is I've really learned to not do all the talking. I mean, I'm doing all the talking now, right?
But you're the interviewee now.
But yeah. But that's one thing I've learned is the real secret behind running these sessions over the phone or on the web, is that if I'm sitting there yapping the whole time, then my students have not gained any value. It's like one speaker said to me once. He said that if your stomach is not filled with water by the time you finish your lecture, it means you've done too much talking. And what he means is that you give activities to your students, you get them to do it, and you are able to sit back and sip water while they're doing the exercises during the class. And it's the interaction that counts. And I find that that's really the key, is to coach them along by giving them lessons to do and stop yapping all the time.
Right. Sounds very World Bridges. Very much how our philosophy of teaching works.
Except for the making money part.
Yes. We're working on that part.
Well, get my book.
Sounds great. So are you not?
Can we get your card so we know who to...
Yes, I can give you a card.
Yes, but you don't have your book here.
No, it's going to be published.
We have to go to the affiliate link on Amazon.
Well, that too. It'll be published in the fall.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, the manuscript is due next week, on the 15th. And
all right.
I don't know if I'll make that deadline, but I'll try.
All right. Great.
Awesome.
Well, thanks very much.
Thank you so much. My goodness, I love this.